We got to cover this one from all angles, some positives, some negatives. Let's say hello to Monty Poole, our Warriors insider.
Monty!
NBA champion Festus Ezeli. I'm Kareth Burke. Thank you for tuning in to Warriors Postgame Live, Toyota Warriors Postgame Live. All right, one of the things we need to start with. The Warriors were clutch. They've had 5 out of their last 6 games were clutch games. You can see and feel the fight. Monty, coming into this one, they were about 14.5-point underdogs.
Yeah.
So, did this game go the way you thought it would go?
Well, it went the way the Warriors had to make it go. We said before the game, make it ugly, stay close, do what you have to do. And obviously, one thing we also said was limit the turnovers. That second quarter, they had 9 turnovers in the second quarter. And so that was the comeback quarter for the Knicks. But the Warriors, for the Warriors to play, they played incredibly hard. The effort cannot be questioned. The judgment can. But, yeah, I think when you look at this game, you can say, yeah, they gave their all.
The Warriors made this a game. All right, coming into this game, I did not expect the game to go like this. I wanted them to fight, but you don't know because the New York Knicks are bigger. Size-wise, they are more dominant on the boards. They're healthier. They have their star on the court, Jalen Brunson. Karl Anthony Towns we talked about him. He's averaging 20 points a game this year. So they have their stars. And for the Warriors to make this a game, they came out in the first quarter. I thought Brandon Podziemski was masterful in the way that he was creating shots for his teammates. QP, Quentin Post, got some easy shots on the three-point line. I thought they did a good job on the boards. This is a team that dominates rebounding. And in the second half, I saw Guy Santos get on the offensive glass. I saw Gary Payton get on the glass. I saw Malafy get on the glass. I thought the fight was there. They just missed a couple opportunities to take advantage by turning the ball over and let the New York Knicks back in the game.
Yeah, they had at one point a 21-point lead in the first half. And you knew that wasn't going to last, but your question was, okay, how's it going to be slipping away? And that second quarter is when it started to slip away. They got within 9. When you have 9 turnovers in one quarter and the Knicks scored 24 points in the second quarter, 12 of them were off turnovers. So half their points came off Warriors turnovers. That's where the game started to change.
All right, so I'm going to say this. Brandon Podziemski, 25 points. Quentin Post, 22 points, 4 for 10 from the three-point line. Guy Santos, 20 points. Gary Payton, 19 points. I thought it was a total team effort getting into this point at all. They had the last shot to probably tie or win the game. So for the Warriors, I think you look at this game and you think, this is what we have. We have Brandon Podziemski had a chance to win the game there 30 seconds into down. You have Quentin Post had a shot to win to tie the game at the end. And this is with the Warriors who are banged up. Yeah. You have Steph Curry, Draymond, and the list goes on and on. For me, I'm inspired watching this game. I think the Warriors still have a lot of fight left, and they can get some wins on the road if they continue to play like this.
Warriors had that last possession. Guy to Post. Didn't have it, ended. And when you were mentioning the 20-point scorers in this one, this is only the 10th time this season that the Warriors have had 3 20-point scorers or more. And that's in a game without Steph, without Jimmy. But let's go back to something that Monty said. He said you don't question the effort, but you question the judgment sometimes. So where did you see? Because the Warriors have to play these games in the margins, and the margins are so thin.
Yeah, I thought they tried to make some plays that weren't there for them. Passes that you shouldn't make because of traffic, and shots you shouldn't take because of timing. Podziemski's shot there with about 20+ seconds left or whatever it was came too quick in the shot clock. They had the ball for like 7 seconds and he took up a 3, and it would have been nice to make it, but he didn't make it, and he gave the ball back to the Knicks, who guess what they did? They scored. And then it put the Warriors in a position where they only could tie the game with the last-second shot, and that didn't work out because they turned it over.
Whenever you have close games like this, you start to think about little possessions here and there, where you think about offensive rebounds that the other team got, fouls that the other team got, and then you think about possessions that you had that you just threw away. Possessions where guys dribbled off their foot, where you try to force a pass into the middle of the paint. You talk about the shot with Brandon Podziemski. I thought he was aggressive all night long. I thought he did a great job being that guy, being the facilitator. In the second half, I thought Guy Santos became the guy. He became a facilitator. He was moving the basketball. I got to give him a lot of credit because for being undersized, having the guard Karl Anthony Towns doing a great job in the first half, the difference in the second half was Cat just went inside. Yeah. He realized, I'm 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
I'm just going to dominate this guy's on the inside. He started rebounding in basketball, had 8 rebounds just in the second half alone. If you think about the first half, points in the paint, the Warriors dominated 22-14. It ends up the end of the game. Points in the paint was 46-44. It was still the Warriors leading, but obviously you can see that the New York Knicks, they made a concerted effort in the second half, attacking the paint, getting some free throws. All those things were when New York.
The Knicks also did a great job. I mean, you knew it was going to happen at some point. Their defense picked up. You know, that early defense was pretty sloppy, and they weren't doing a whole lot. And you saw it in that second quarter, and that's when things changed. In the second half, it was just commendable for the Warriors to keep coming at them. You know, the Knicks would score, the Warriors would score, and the Knicks would try and get a little bit of a lead, and the Warriors would come right back. So the Warriors showed heart. You know, and you want to see that from this team. You know, they're undersized, they're undermanned. Nobody expected them to win this game or even thought they might be close. And they managed to make it close because they played with the effort they needed to. They Gee energy.
Yeah.
Gee energy.
Gee energy. Listen, the Warriors embarrassed the Knicks in this first half, and I was so curious to know what would Mike Brown say to his guys at halftime, because it did look different. This did start to look like a tale of two halves, especially in that third quarter where the Knicks just turned it on. They out-rebounded the Warriors 15-1.
Yeah.
Okay, you can talk about the turnovers as well.
Yep.
But the Knicks were just doing the things that gave themselves way more chances, and the Warriors let them do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was clear that the Knicks were like, I think they did feel some embarrassment, which they should have. I mean, they got a full house. It's a national TV game.
Right.
And the Warriors are coming in there and doing this on their court.
A 21-point lead in that half?
Yeah.
Got to equalize that. That's what they did.
No, you said, what did you say, 15-1?
15-1.
In the third quarter.
You have to think that the New York Knicks do this to every team, rebound-wise. They average plus 10 over their opponents, plus 10 rebounds. So the way that they win and the way that I see that their advantage is the ability to have a Mitchell Robinson, who is one of the top offensive rebounds in the league, Karl-Anthony Towns, who's the second rebounder in the NBA. They just used their size in the third quarter. I thought they went away from there in the first half. Matter of fact, the Warriors did a good job defensively of forcing the New York Knicks into tough shots. You see them fading away, you see them falling out, and they forced Karl-Anthony Towns into the three-point line. Second half, I thought Mike Brown probably just told Karl-Anthony Towns, I need you to take your 7 foot behind, go get in the paint, stand in front of Guy Santos or Gary Payton or whoever it is, and just make plays from there. I thought he did a great job. He was masterful. In the third quarter, he was getting guys involved. He was passing the ball, some couple back and forth plays with some of the guards. They got some layups. They got going that way. But the rebound, it just shows that the dominant size for the Warriors.
You saw in that third quarter, you know why Josh Hart was a favorite of Tom Thibodeau, and he's also a favorite of Mike Brown. Josh Hart is 6'4". In that third quarter, he grabbed 7 rebounds in the quarter. Whew. You know, he was working. He's one of those guys that, if you want him to play 47 minutes, he'll play 48. That's just who he is. He works, and so, that 15-1 margin in the third, well, not even a margin, that whopping in that third quarter, let the Warriors know that, okay, you're in our house now. We're not going to stand for this. And so when you beat somebody that bad on the glass, that makes a statement.
Now the Warriors getting outscored by 12 points in that third quarter as the Knicks started to prompt their comeback. But the Warriors, again, in it till the finish. Why don't we take a look at some of that crunch time tape? Got to review how this one ended, because it was like they kept trading baskets. Guys, we got to get some stops. But here's where they started getting some separation with the Landry Shamet three.
That was tough because you see Gary Payton denying Jalen Brunson right there, and Landry gets a bucket. And this is a big play right here. GP2 was playing like a 7-footer tonight.
Yeah, he was playing big, man.
How many times did Guy Santos get people with this play right here? With the up and under. I mean, I loved it. From the left side, from the right side, in the clutch, I thought Guy Santos is doing a good job. He showed up with Guy energy today.
Yeah, he always does, man. He always does. And Gary, with 19 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. 4 assists, 2 steals. I mean, Gary was doing his thing, too.
It goes your shot right here, Monty.
That's way too soon, man.
I think he wanted the dagger at the Garden.
I'm sure he wanted the dagger, but you can't think about yourself.
Oh, I know.
No, it's not even that. So you have to remember, these guys are learning, and they're in clutch situations with the ball in their hands for the first time as well, right? So you have Brandon Pajewski right there. He has gone through, he just went by his defender twice right there. In between, he thought he could get a 3. And even this shot right here, just all these possessions, things that you can learn from as a young team. I thought the fight was there. It's just different possessions you think about and think, I need to get that possession back. I wish I could get it back.
This is not a good graphic to be on, guys, because the Warriors have had their leads. They are 6th in the league this season with 12. double-digit blown leads here. And when you consider that they're a 9 seed, they're struggling to even be in the play-in, this kind of stuff adds up.
Wait, San Antonio
graphic.
and Denver, they're in this conversation?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes me feel a little better.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I'm looking at Memphis with 21 blown leads. That tells you, boy, that tells you what they're working on.
So at halftime, sit everybody.
21?
That lingering image, though, did you see how disappointed Quentin Post was at
Yeah.
the end? And this
Yeah.
was a night where he had
Balling
a
off his
new
hands.
career high
Yeah.
in scoring. Also had the literal tall task of guarding the Knicks' big men down there.
Yeah.
How would you assess Quentin Post's night?
He played pretty well. I mean, he had 4 turnovers, and that last 5 turnovers. That last turnover was painful, but that's not what lost the game, you know. But for him to come in to the Garden and put up 22 points and try to play really strong defense, I thought he played a solid game, you know. When you look at he ended up being +5 for the game, which in this game, you know, you take that. So. And he was a guy who came in with a bad ankle.
Finished big.
Was available just before the game. He tweaked it at some point during the game. He stayed in there. He kept going. So I got no issues with Quentin Post's game tonight. He played a solid game.
I thought he played a great game. I thought Quentin Post played a great game.
Well, the 5 turnovers, though, that's not
So 5
Come on
turnovers,
now.
yes. that part of the game, yes, he struggled.
Yeah.
And you got to think about the fact that, you know, 35-plus minutes, these guys are getting more minutes than they're accustomed to.
That's true.
Quentin Post hit some big shots in the first half from the three-point line. In the second half,
Yeah.
I thought he made a great adjustment of going inside. Like, he hit some threes as well, but he was on the post. You had him going backing down Jordan Clarkson. I
And he
love
should.
seeing that part of the game. When you have the big fella doing stuff like that and being big and playing with that type
big.
of aggressiveness, for me, I was happy.
Yeah.
I love that part of the game. I love to see him continue to improve. So a couple of the basketballs went through his hands. Listen, this is just part of the improvement and the evolution of Quentin Post.
Yeah.
But you could see flashes. You could see the moments where he felt comfortable and was in this game. I love